Hi everybody, I'm Dave with Nelson Creek Farms, coming to you today from a beautiful Monday the 22nd of April. Today is part one of unboxing some of the new toys. So we've got to put them together and get them off these crates and inspect them, make sure all the parts and pieces are here, plus make sure there's no shipping damage. So let's get right with it. Some of you have already guessed what I got. And it came from a company in of all places, North Carolina. Williams, actually, or Wilson, North Carolina, out of an outfit back there. Even though I was going to go to North Carolina and I can't make it this year, I'm at least getting some equipment from them. So in my own way, I am celebrating that they got to be North Carolina thing, because I bought some stuff from a North Carolina business. Anyway, we'll get this wrapping off. Oh my golly. It's a good thing my daughter isn't here. There's bubble wrap on this thing. She'd be all over that like stink to a skunk. Yeah, she'd be popping every one of them in a heartbeat. Okay, so what this green thing is that's in here is a FM 185 drum mower. Yeah, it needs to be assembled. There's one of the drums right in there. Yeah, so we'll have to get the crate apart, get this out, because I think this is part of the 3-point hitch. There's PTO shaft down in there, and I'm not entirely too sure what this is here that's all wrapped up in the black plastic that's kind of wore through the paint a little bit. But you know what? That right there, if that's the worst that happens, I'm happy. Okay, we're going to lift this piece up out of here. I'm not sure what this is yet. The owner manual and parts manual looks to be down inside there. I'm just going to unbox what I can and get to everything. Let's see. There we go. Now this mower is a 2-drum mower. And it, if I remember right, has a 73-inch cutting width. If you're not familiar with drum mowers, you soon will be. But, yeah. Now, this is not a plug for the company. Yeah, that's a nice PTO shaft and cover. Like I say, this is not a plug for the company I got it from. But I bought all of this from a company in North Carolina called Styron Ag, and this is a Farm Max drum mower. It's an FDM 185. There is another version that actually has a hydraulic swing to it, but by golly, for as little amount of swinging that this thing's going to do from transport mode, which would stick straight out behind the tractor, to mowing mode, which would be over to the one side, I figured I'd save myself a few bucks because I can pull a pin and just twist it around by hand. It isn't that big of a deal. So anyway, we'll finish unpacking this thing here and see what else is in here. Oh, I don't know what this is. I thought it was a chunk of black plastic from wrapping. Sounds like part of a PTO and nuts and bolts, so yeah, that's always good. Yeah, okay, that's the breakaway. Yeah, it's part of the breakaway coupling, so if I hit something, when the mower is sticking out behind the tractor, when I hit it, it'll pop it loose and swing back and clear the obstruction, so nothing gets beat up too terrible bad. And I think I can get this out of here. This looks like part of the swing locking mechanism right here that holds it in place when I'm in transport mode or mowing. Yeah. So anyway, we'll set this off the side as well. Let's see, what else needs to come out here right quick. I think this big piece needs to come out, and let's see. It looks like part of the hitch is down here. So yeah, I'll have to uncrate it a little bit more, see what's what and where, and get this thing apart. One neat thing, instructions are in German. Yeah, the only reason why I know that is from watching Hogan's Heroes as a kid back in the 60s. Achtung! Achtung! Sergeant Schultz would always say, I know nothing, you jolly jokers. Good show, love it. Anyway, okay, we'll get on this, finish getting this out of here. Well, they had a box inside of a box in here. Inside of this, between two pieces of steel, appears to be, yep, that's the skirting that goes around the mower heads. 20-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. That's definitely European in nature. So imagine these drum mowers are sold rather quickly over in Germany. Let's see, what else is down in here? Oh, there's a bunch more stuff. It's all green and chrome. Another little flat piece of something for something. Trying to lighten this up because it's awful heavy. What's that? Oh, this is the tool to change the blades with. Ha! Boy, that's a beefy thing. I've just seen them as a little pry bar kind of a lever, but that's, so yeah, that's some good heavy stuff there. And that is the landing gear. It holds up the thing on the front. Let's see. Bag of bolts and nuts. Probably all metric, and lay down in there and get it out. Some sort of a safety chain, yeah. And what all that was wedged in between were the, oh, I can't get that out yet, were the two halves of the cover that goes over the head. What am I hung up on down here? Yeah, I'm hung up on something. So we'll be right back. In case you could hear it in the background, I do have the sprinkler running again out here trying to get some more water to the pasture grass that's coming up out there. It is coming up. It's not really enough. You can see it. Yeah, maybe you can. I don't know. Yeah, it might be better so you can see it that way. Yeah. But yeah, should have some canal water down in the next day or two to fill up the ponds. We'll get the pump running, and then I won't have to be using the domestic well to run that thing. Next up and out of the crate is the actual tin pieces that cover the drum heads that the skirt attaches to. Yeah, so these are the next to come out. A little scuff in the paint there, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. As long as it's not all dented, beat up, and missing parts, we're good. Now that crate is heavy enough, I might make a bridge or a wagon out of it. Yeah, but I got to take this end out of it because that hook right there on that decal plainly says that this horseshoe shaped piece that's part of the 3-point hitch thing, it goes down in there, has got to slide out this end of that so I can get the drum part out. Yeah, so I got the Sawzall out here. We'll cut the boards out of the end here, slide that piece out, and we'll get the rest of the drum mower out of that crate. I thought about lifting this big horseshoe-shaped hitch piece out of here with the LS tractor, but then I decided it isn't all that heavy, and I don't want to scratch stuff up any worse than it is, so I'll just flip it out of here by hand. Yeah. Now this chrome piece here, or cadmium plated, whatever you want to call it, is part of the latch mechanism. This thing handle rotates down, lifts the pin so you can move it to either the straight behind transport position or off to the side the cutting position. Yeah, so we'll get this out of the way now. The next piece to come out is this chunk of green right here on this side. This over here with the decal on it in German and all that, that is attached to the drums. So that's the actual cutting head. This is part of the arm mechanism that holds everything to the tractor. Now I think this big piece, I will be smart in using the LS tractor to get this thing up out of here, because quite honestly, my back is already hurting today and I don't really want to mess it up any worse than it is. Because I think part of my back problem is me favoring a knee that has issues when I walk. So, but we're going to get this up out of here, I believe. If I can get, yeah, the chain won't go through that. So, where am I going to pick this up at here? We're going to go right around through here, I think. Yeah. Come up around that PTO shaft a bit. I think we can do that. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to pull the tractor ahead, maybe just a hair, but we'll get this out of there. Okay, I'm cheating a bit. Wrong way. I'm actually standing on the ground next to the tractor, reaching in the right-hand door, working the joystick for the hydraulics from the ground. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That's come over and got into that. Okay, back down a bit and sling it. Heck of a one-man operation doing this. There we go. Now that's out of the way. Now I can lift it a bit. Now I have over here on this side part of the breakaway mechanism, so when I lift this up a little bit, I'm going to actually have to be in the tractor, and this piece is going to get swung your way just a tad. So let me get in the tractor and we'll do that. Okay, now to get this piece up and out of there, I think we're going to do about the same thing, only I'm going to hook under here, I think, somewhere, and we'll lift the more drums up out of this crate, or just a little bit, and then slide the crate out from under it. Yeah, that'd probably be a better deal. Okay, we just go around this like this. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Yeah, we will. By the way, just give a shout out to a few of my followers. Senior Electrician, glad to have you back again. Kind of was wondering where you'd been and what was going on in your world. But I'm glad to see you're back following the channel again. And if anybody likes playing with old iron that isn't necessarily always farm equipment, there's Matt the Scrap Whisperer. So Matt over there down there in Arizona, that's the Scrap Whisperer. Enjoy your channel. He's restoring a Camelback drill press right at the moment. It's been real interesting watching the process and him getting that done. So, and Penny, sorry I'm not making it to North Carolina this year. Anyway, let's get this thing lifted up a bit and slide this crate out from underneath it. Then we'll start assembly. I think that's high enough for a little bit of clearance. Somebody asked the other day about why this tractor makes such a whiny noise like a jet. Well, there's a reason for that. It's all hydrostatic drive, everything. So to get it to do anything, you gotta wind it up. You don't have to run it at full throttle. But yeah, if you want to get something done, you gotta put the fuel juice to it. Okay, and we'll get this thing out of the way and see what the next step is. Well, there it is, folks. First water of the year. Heading down the canal ditch rider. Turned down 10 inches of water into the system. Yeah, out of 30 that's possible. And yeah, I'm almost to the point of overflowing that riser right there. I bet it does overflow eventually yet today because it's already got water right down in there. But yeah, we'll buzz down to the other end right quick, because it hasn't been turned on for too long. We'll see what it's doing down there. Well, there it is, bubbling up out of that pipe. I don't know exactly what's in that pipe, but it has been known that the neighbor up the dairy has pumped their dairy sludge into the canal system, because quite honestly, it doesn't smell sewer or like a sewer, but that water coming up out of there is awful black looking. I don't know if you can see it clear down there at the far end or not bubbling up, but yeah. The pond is filling up full of water. Oh, we'll let that fill up, and then it'll flow over through the creek and fill up the main pond. So while this is filling here, I'd better go put the, yeah, no, I can put the pump together later with the water in there. I'm thinking of the intake. Yeah, I'm going to get on this more and get that done, though. I got accused in the last video of doing a cheesy dad joke right at the start of the video. So we're going to do the cheesy dad joke now. Yeah. My high school was so small that we had a one driver's ed car, and that same car was used for the Friday night drive-in movie theater and the sex ed class. Yeah. At the same time? Maybe. Well, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for today. We've got the thing unboxed in part 1, and in part 2, which will be out in a day or so, we'll start doing the assembly of this thing. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Then we'll be probably doing a 2-parter for the other new implement that we have. Yeah, so anyway, hope you enjoyed it, like I said, and thank you to all the new subscribers and to all those that have stuck with me for the last year or two. And yeah, hopefully we'll hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you have been following along and haven't subscribed, it doesn't cost you nothing. Doesn't take much, but just to click on that big red button down there that says subscribe on it, and I'd appreciate it. So anyway, we'll be back in a day or two with part 2 of this mower assembly and whatever. Yeah.